Welcome to my unboxing video. This is actually going to be a series of videos about the Johnny Bucket Jr. and installing it on my tractor. I've been doing a lot of research on different types of loaders for small garden tractors, and I've actually watched a lot of YouTube videos on people using it. And the thing that was interesting about the Johnny Bucket Jr. is it's been around for a long time. And the videos look really cool. Looks like it's going to do the kind of things that I'm looking at doing. The video that I really wish someone would have made, though, is just how do you install it on your tractor? How hard is it? Does it look strong and will it work? And so, since I couldn't really find a video to do the installation, decided to make one for myself. I've made videos for my band and other things, so I'm going to give a crack at doing an unboxing and installation video of the Johnny Bucket Jr. on an X590. So, hope you enjoy it. Hope it answers some questions that you may have about setting one up on your tractor. Thank you. The Johnny Bucket Jr. arrives in 2 boxes. I think the heaviest one is 70 pounds. The other one's not light either. So, I'm doing this in my basement because it's about 8 degrees below zero right now. We're in the coldest part of the winter here in Wisconsin. Wrapped pretty nice. Contains some brackets, and it looks like the 2 actuators in this box. I'll pull everything out so you guys can see it. X500 lift. I really dislike those little staples, but something that heavy, gotta keep the box closed. Checking out the coating and everything on these. They look like they've been cut with those water pressure cutters, the steel. All the holes are super clean and super sharp edged. And as all the YouTube videos, everybody checks out the welds. They look good. No splatter, nice and smooth. These appear to be powder coated with some type of a flat black powder coat. Pretty nice. There's these little bushings. They're like a hard plastic. Must be used as spacers for the lift actuator eyelets. There's a cotter key shoved into one of them. Two parts bolted together, same flat black. This part didn't seem to be coated as nicely. There were some rough spots on it, but still okay. These look like the side brackets that mount to the tractor. That other thing must be the bumper. The clip that holds that other lift assembly. Not very thrilled about the fact that it's metal on metal there. I'm wondering if that's going to rub. Basically, there's a bolt through there, and then the two plates just kind of rub up against each other. Wonder if that's going to scratch over time. Here's some close-ups. Hey, a little label with my serial number. Very cool. It's for the X500. See what I mean about the rough spots on some of the powder coating? Okay, instructions. I have to read those in a little bit. Looks like one of the actuators, and oh, I think the switch and cabling is in there. Here's some bolts and brackets all taped together. Oh, and I suppose there's going to be two of those, one for each actuator, for the switch and the cabling. Free wire ties. And the actuator itself. Huh, there's a little nick on the paint in that. I'm not going to be too picky about nicks and scratches and things like that, because this is going to get beat to heck lifting, shoveling gravel and everything like that. But it's curious how stuff is packaged. Plus, I think I have something in mind for those brackets. You'll see that in the next video. So yeah, definitely cable for each of the actuators and the switches. What's in the other box? I'm sure another actuator. Ah, more brackets. Same type of powder coating. Hey, the bolt bag. All the hardware that's going to put everything together. I think this is the curl actuator. Now let's go after the big box. This is probably the bucket. More of those finger poking staples. Oh yeah, there's the bucket. Very cool. Well packed too. That insulating styrofoam on each side, and then the back portion is separated by two sections of foam. Hey, autographed. Very cool. Well, that's how the dump and curl works. Not too shabby. Here's the hardware unpacked. You can see those little plastic bushings. I'm going to start a little sub-assembly. I'm going to put the curl actuator on. One of the things I recommend in the manual is you put that pin in that holds the actuator before you tighten down the bolts, which makes sense because otherwise you'll have an alignment problem. There's a little bit of slop in there. So now I'm using those little plastic bushings that come with it. They show you the orientation of the actuator in the instructions. There's pictures to make sure you get it right. Just slide the pins through. Now this part's a little tricky. One thing I didn't show is the plate that the back of the actuator connects to. That has slots in it so that you can move it back and forth. And I left that loose on purpose. As you see, I'm going to go around to the back. And I'm going to slide that plate a little bit. That helps line everything up. Now I'm assuming that you can use that to adjust the curl. I'll have to play with that later when it's installed. More little plastic bushings. What's interesting is these weren't cut square. They've got kind of an angle to them. I don't know if that was on purpose. It almost looks like it was intentional. I don't know. See, this is where it was important that you had this pin in when you tighten those bolts down, or you'd never be able to shove that through there. And we'll install that little quick clip that comes with it. Now they give you little circle clips to hold the wiring so it doesn't get tangled up as you're using the bucket. So I'm popping those on. And they give you an extension, because the cable that comes out of the actuator isn't that long, so there's an extension that comes with it. So I'll hook that up, and then that connects to the other circle clip. There's the extension. Now we've got these like gaskets on there so the water doesn't get in where the plug is. Good idea, but kind of tough. You gotta really work to get them on. There's the other circle clip. And it's nice that the bolts are pre-welded and everything like that, so you just throw the nuts on it. I really like that autograph, Johnny Bucket. That's cool. As it says in the instructions, you can put it together with basic hand tools.